how many sets you perform for each muscle group per week. And despite being such an important variable, there's actually not much applicable research that has been done on the topic. However, one researcher, Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, who has published over 100 peer-reviewed articles, has recently published a meta-analysis on the optimal number of sets per week. Since I don't think there's a more qualified person to seek advice from regarding this topic, I've asked him to do an interview with me on it. So without further ado, here's the interview. Alright guys, so I'm here with Brad Schoenfeld, and first off, Brad, I just want to give you a huge thank you for making this video possible. I know that a lot of my subscribers follow and admire your work, and I personally view you as one of the few trustworthy and educated guys in the fitness industry. So I'm really glad you're able to speak with me on this topic. So again, thank you so much for making this opportunity possible.
My pleasure, Jeremy.
To kick this off, I think a good place to start is just to go over the results of the recent 2016 meta-analysis you published regarding optimal training volume. I've personally gone over it, but if you could just go through some of the main results of the study, I think that would be really great for the viewers.
Yeah, so the primary result was that we showed a pretty clear dose-response relationship between volume and hypertrophy, meaning that as the level of volume goes up, so does the muscular gains. Mm-hmm. Now, we looked at it in a bunch of different ways, and we've actually played around outside of the study with some of the data and just trying to analyze it in different ways. But it's pretty clear. We stratified between 1 to 4 sets, 5 to 9 sets, and 10 plus sets. And at each bump up, you saw a fairly substantial bump in hypertrophy. Now, it's not like if you do 9 versus 10, you're going to see that difference. We're stratifying, so you're averaging out those results. And the difference between 10 and 1 to 4 was about double. The amount of hypertrophy doubled roughly. So it went from about 5% on average to roughly 10% on average.
What I find interesting in your study is that volumes much lower than you'd expect were still able to provide significant muscle gain, which I think is promising for those who can only get in a few workouts per week, or for example, older individuals who might do better with lower volume.
No question, Jeremy. And I want to point out a couple of things. So we looked at sets per muscle per week. So It wasn't sets per week.